Alrighty, morning everyone, and welcome back to another beautiful video on this beautiful channel on another beautiful day. In today's video, I've got another unboxing for you, and this is a very special one indeed, because this is a very special watch, a limited edition watch, or well, at least a numbered edition watch, whatever that is, but Omega calls it that, and this is indeed an Omega Speedmaster, but not your classical moonwatch, but one of the more historic or heritage edition pieces, yeah. And this is actually, well, I'm not gonna tell you quite yet. We're gonna unbox it and then you're gonna see what this actually is. Oh, this is how you open it, that's very nice. I got this very cool little brown cardboard box, which is obviously a major part of the watch, so I'm very happy that I got this. I usually don't get these boxes together with my watches because my dealership just unpacks them and you just get this inner box, obviously in a bag and stuff like that, but it's very cool that I can get this piece here as well. It's not very majorly important, it doesn't increase the value of the watch in any way, but this is actually a very popular watch, and it went up in value quite a bit since I bought it. I paid... Well, let's keep that for later too. I mean, you know, we gotta make it somewhat interesting. I'm gonna take the watch out here. It is a Speedmaster, so the box is not small, but it's definitely not as big as the Moonwatch boxes. And so we're gonna put this away over here. There we go, very nice. And here we go, that's the box. Okay, I mean, it's not really the box, there's some more steps we have to do until we get to the box. I just hit my light fixture, isn't that great? Yeah. So there we go, now you can at least see it is an Omega indeed. And as I said, really special one, very affordable one, was very affordable for what it is when I bought it. It's not anymore though, so yeah, that's the thing I guess. But it is still in production, I think, actually. Just quick interesting side note at that. I think this watch is actually still in production, so you could in theory still get it, but I don't know if they deliver a lot of them anymore. It's still on the Omega webpage, so I think it's still in production. But yeah, I'm not really sure if they really produce a lot of them anymore. But it did go up in value quite a bit since I bought this. So I guess there's not really a lot that are produced anymore, probably. I'm a bit confused, honestly, but, you know, everything is pretty much going up in value nowadays, so this might as well do the same thing, right? So we've got a little wooden box here, and we're gonna take a look at that in just a minute. But before that, we're gonna take a look at what comes with the watch, which is obviously your Omega operating instructions Bible thingy, which no one has ever read, I'm sure of it, and a black booklet with your little international warranty and your pictograms. Obviously, not a master chronometer thingy because, well, this is not a master chronometer, so it wouldn't make any sense if it was there. But yeah, you get that, which is nice. What I'm actually just thinking about, with the precious metal watches... No, I do have a precious metal Omega. I was just thinking about, you know, you usually would have a certificate for the precious metal that is used in something, you know, and maybe that's what all these slits are for, but that doesn't really make any sense because I do have some precious metal watches and they don't have that. So I don't know what all these slits are for. If someone knows that, hey, be sure to let me know. So we'll put these back in here, yes, and then we'll uncover this, which is still just says Omega. So yeah, some of you might know what this watch is. Is there something under here, actually? I don't think so. Let's just say there's nothing under there. We'll put this back in here. Not make too much of a mess. So, and we'll put this somewhere over here. Yeah, the table's not big enough. Let me quickly rearrange all of that and then we'll take a look at the watch. Okay, there we go. Cleaned up the table a little bit and now we can actually take a closer look at this watch. So, as Omegas usually have, you have a actually locking box with a working knob that you have to push in order to open the watch box, which is really nice because I hate it when a box just has a button there that does absolutely nothing and you can just lift the lid up anyways. That infuriates me way more than it should, obviously, but it's a nice thing that Omega does it this way. So this is a wooden box, very nicely finished. I really enjoy this box, actually. It's a really good one, and for the price of this watch, it's exceptionally good, because this is actually cheaper than a Seamaster. The normal Seamaster Diver 300, you know what I mean. So, yeah, really affordable. We're gonna take a look at it now, and there it is. So this beautiful thing, as you can also see by this little plaque is a numbered edition, and it is the numbered edition from the first Omega in space. I probably said that completely wrong, but this is the first Omega in space. Well, it's not the very thing, but it's the remastered one, the numbered edition of the exact one that was the first Omega in space. It was not the first watch in space, but it was the first Omega, so it's a special thing, okay? It is a beautiful watch, in my opinion, and it's also not very big. As you can maybe see, I'm gonna put some gloves on and then we'll look at that. Okay, there we go. So I have actually never worn this watch before. This is as it comes, yeah? I've opened the box, I've looked at the watch, but I've never actually worn this specific piece. Why is that? Because this is a watch that I really just bought to look at. I love the design of this watch. I love the heritage behind it. I love the story behind it with the Mercury space mission. It's a really, 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 really cool watch. And it's also not very big. It's not very in your face at all. The watch is a bit of a thick boy, I mean, not gonna lie about that, but that's because it's a very small watch by today's standards. I think it only has like something between 38.9, 38.7, something with 38, I'm pretty sure. And that's a very small watch for today's standards. But back then, when this watch was actually worn, which was, I think, in the 60s. As I said, I'm not an expert, I'm just an enthusiast of watches. I love watches, but I don't know a crap ton about them. That's why I struggle a bit with the reviews, but I do my best, and I hope you acknowledge that. But this is, in my opinion, a great watch. It is a great, great, great watch. It's not in your face, like, at all. It is a watch that is... yeah, it just doesn't scream, look at me, I'm special. It is special, but it doesn't say that it is. It's a humble watch. And it's probably also why I'm not wearing it a lot, but you know, in my opinion, it's just classically beautiful. I'm also not showing you the case back, it's just your usual Omega Seahorse, because there's numbers and stuff like that on there, and if I would put my fingers all over them, you wouldn't be able to see it anyway, so whatever. This is obviously one of the earliest Speedmaster chronographs that was ever made. Like, you know, 60s. There wasn't a whole lot before that. Okay, a couple of years of Speedmaster production, of course. But in my opinion, this watch still today looks like a watch that could be new today. Even though this is the watch that was worn back then. Which is crazy to me. It looks modern. It looks like it really just rolled out of a factory, which it did. But you know what I mean? It's a classically timeless timepiece, I would say. And you know, some might say it's very small, and that's why it doesn't really fit into today's time. But I think I would disagree, because this is actually a watch that you can wear on a daily basis. Don't get it wet, obviously, because you know it's got these pushers, and these pushers are not very waterproof. I mean, I'm sure you can put them in the water. Does this actually have a water resistance? It probably has, but you know, these pushers that you can't screw down, they are not very water resistant. So if you actually want to go diving with it, don't do that. It's in a leather strap, should be obvious, but you know what I mean. But this is really a watch for everyday carry that you can wear on a daily basis. And that is actually, which is also a really cool thing, not gonna lose any value doing that. Well, at least if you look at the new price, because retail, I think this watch was 4,700 euros, which is like $5,000, probably. I don't know how the price of these two, you know, currencies are behaving at the moment, but it doesn't really matter because it's not that big of a difference, okay? So, in my opinion, for the money that you're paying for it, this is one of the best Omega Speedmasters that you can possibly get. I mean, if you look at the history of this model, if you look at how classy this watch is, if you look at the value that it has, if you have worn it for quite some time, I mean, I bought this watch in 2020, and you know, by now it's worth like $7.5 grand, and I paid like 4.7, so definitely decent. Can't complain about that at all. So this is a watch you can wear on a daily basis, and it won't lose a lot of value. It's a great everyday carry watch. As I said, it is a chunky boy, but you know, it could be worse than that, right? It's got a very, very slim strap, a very, very wearable strap. It's a leather strap, obviously, so it's going to be very comfortable, also in the summer, because you can, you know, choose your hole and choose how wide or not wide it's going to be. It's got your normal Omega buckle. It is obviously a stainless steel watch, so it's not going to be extremely flashy, even though stainless steel and platinum watches or white gold watches look basically the same. But, you know, it's scratch resistant as it's stainless steel. It's a great daily wearable watch, which was not a great sentence, but anyways. So yeah, this is pretty much all I wanted to say about this watch. In the unboxing, we're obviously going to do a follow-up review on the watch, where I'm going to probably mess up something majorly. But anyways, I'm going to do my best, as I always do. And honestly, this is one of those watches. I love the fact that I have it. I love the fact that I was able to get it really easily, actually. I just called my ID and they said, like, yeah, come on, pick it up. Which was surprising, honestly, because it was sold out, like, everywhere. But, that's a thing, I guess, but, you know, you can get lucky at times with stuff like that. This is a watch I'm probably not going to wear a lot, if I'm going to wear it ever. But every time I look at it, I think to myself, that was a great buy. And I'm really happy that I got this specific watch and nothing else. And honestly, I think that's a big part of watch collecting. Just loving what you bought. Being very happy with the money that you spent on something that is potentially not going to really hold its value, that is really just a hobby, but something that just makes you happy. And I don't think you have to wear your watches for that. I really don't think so. So that's a pretty good statement for me, I guess. Most of you are probably going to hate it, but you know, that's your thing. You can buy this watch as well and wear it whenever you want. I don't care, so that's that. And I wanted to ask you a little question right here. Do you think that I should get the Omega Speedmaster No Time to Die edition from the new James Bond movie? Well, not very new anymore, but you know what I mean. I like that watch. It's a titanium watch, obviously, so it's going to be very light, and I don't know if I like that part about it, but I really do think that this is a really cool watch. And it's probably something that I would really wear a lot. It is pretty pricey though. It's like $9.5 grand for a Seamaster that has less complications than the normal Seamaster. And also, like, yeah, well, you know, titanium is a pretty cool metal, but, you know, stainless steel is not that bad either, so not sure. But, yeah, I really like the name of the movie, No Time to Die, which he clearly found time to do that. But besides this awful joke that I just made, but I you know, I had to get that out of there because I was thinking in my head, you know, you gotta put this joke somewhere. I've been thinking about it for like 3 days, was too ashamed to do it to any of my family members because they would laugh at me, so I'd rather have someone that I don't know on the internet laugh at me. So yeah, feel free to do that. Tell me what you think about that watch. Is that a good buy? I think it is. I really, really love it. And so yeah. See you again in the next video, which is hopefully going to be the review of this thing, if I don't figure something else stupid out that I'm going to make a video about. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching, have a fantastic week, and until next time.